Hi, thanks for coming to my channel. If this is your first time, thanks for coming, checking out this video. Um, if you like what you see, please like, please subscribe and share. And if you have been to my channel before, thanks for coming back. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. We're into the season now, so there's going to be videos coming out all the time. Today, I'm going to do a quick review of the West Brom versus Arsenal game in the Carabao Cup. Let's get into it. So a lot of people will say it was only West Brom, and I think that's a valid point. You know, it wasn't even West Brom; it was uh, a young West Brom team, an under 23s team. 11 changes I think they made before the game. You know, not going to get overly carried away. What I will say though is, even though it's a weaker team, Arsenal still have to perform. You know, they still have to go out. They still have to do the movements, play to the patterns. They still have to kind of move the ball, execute the finishes, you know, that kind of stuff. And so I'm sure there's a lot of people that would have been ready to jump on Arsenal if they hadn't got a good result. You know, if they'd have scraped to 1-0 or anything like that, I'm sure people would have got on their back. So I'm just going to give the credit where it was due. The players went out there, professional, did the job. But you can see that there are patterns there. There is, you know, a style of play there, and that kind of thing. Yeah, it was up against a weak opposition who maybe couldn't have defended it as well, and so in other games it will be tough. All I'm saying is that the signs are there, that there is, you know, stuff to build on, and that there is some, you know, some good coming. But going into the game today, the lineup came out and it was a little bit confusing. There was lots of debate online as to what the lineup would be. I figured it would be Kolasinac in at the centre back position, just because he's played left centre back in a 3 before. But then also Arteta has this preference for a right-footed, left-footed centre-back pairing, and turned out to be that was the case. Good to see Chambers get a chance at right back. I mean, didn't do terribly today, but you know, hopefully he can get a run and we can see what he's got. The game started quite scrappy. I think the first 10 or 15 minutes, ball was being lost quite regularly. Nobody could kind of seem to get kind of a hold of the game. The quality wasn't great. I noticed that the ball didn't seem to be moving as quickly as you'd expect it to. I refuse to believe that all of the players were under hitting passes. But you know, the grass may have been a little bit long. It might not have been all that wet either. But you know what? Both teams have to play in it, so it's not an excuse, just an observation. You know, I think Arsenal, as the game went on, adjusted pretty well, and dominated the game. The first goal came courtesy of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Typical poacher's goal. It was a great bit of work by Saka to maneuver his way away from a collection of West Brom defenders. The shot was nicely hit, nice and low, with power across the keeper. Keeper couldn't hold on to it and spilled it out. And Aubameyang, to be fair, didn't look like he'd be first to it, but reacted really, really well for a tap in. Great to see him get back on the score sheet. You know, he's taken a lot of criticism, which I think is unjust. And I think, you know, this is what he needed after the preseason. You could see the sharpness was there. You could see the movement was there. Getting the goal now, I think, will just take his confidence to that next level. And we'll start to see a few more instinctive finishes like we did for the second goal. The second goal came on the 45-minute mark. Another great bit of play to put Pepe in, and you think Pepe's going to finish it. He's executed for the near post, but unfortunately he's hit the post, and as the rebound came out, Aubameyang, first time volley, didn't quite catch it cleanly, but reacted well to get the volley on target and put it in the net. And then a minute later, the third goal comes. A great bit of play again. Aubameyang has gone for a bicycle kick, which, people will think that he went for goal, but he didn't. He meant that pass into Pepe for Pepe to tap in. Of course, I'm only joking. He's it's great to see Aubameyang having the confidence to take on the more difficult finishes. Earlier in the game, he had an opportunity where he went one-on-one and tried to dink it over the keeper. And again, that just shows a sign of the confidence that he has now that he's got one. We know it. He's a deadly finisher. So seeing him trying those things just makes me even more confident that he's going to have a great season. So 3-0 at halftime, and we come out for the second half. I'd spoken on Twitter saying I wouldn't mind an Aubameyang hat-trick. I'm sure that's what he would have needed to get that confidence high. Then the fourth goal came on the 50-minute mark. A lovely bit of interplay, ball into Odegaard, who picks up that space between the fullback and the centre-back, but then just drops off them in between the defence and midfield line, gets the ball to his feet, and then that pirouetting flicked slide rule pass into Saka's path as he's running. Great bit of awareness by Aubameyang, and also selflessness from Aubameyang, because he could quite easily have turned onto the ball to try and finish it himself and get the hat-trick, but he recognised that he wasn't able to play it because he was offside, and left the ball for Saka to go on. Really good finish with the right foot, something that Saka needs to add a little bit more to his game. He's a very, very high quality player. If he could just add a little bit of the finishing to his game on a regular basis, he's the complete player. The fifth goal came courtesy of Aubameyang, his hat-trick goal, and what a goal it was. It's typical Aubameyang, pulling left onto the right back to isolate that right back 1v1, gets the ball, runs at him, little shimmy, steps inside and executes the finish almost immediately. So it's impossible to block because of the change of direction of the defender, and it was perfection. Right into that top corner, exactly what Aubameyang needed. If there's any doubt about it, he's going to be brimming with confidence. Man City on the weekend is going to be a tough game, but he's got those 3 goals that he can go back to. He can stick them in the bank and go back to them when he needs to. And I fully expect to see him on the score sheet against Norwich. And then to round it off, the 6th goal, Lacazette comes on. I'd actually just been talking to a good friend of mine on Twitter about the patterns Arsenal seem to use for their crossing. They tend to go low and hard across the corridor of uncertainty, as we call it, between the defense and the goalkeeper. They either dink it to the back post for a back post runner, or they pull back to that second line of attack. Pepe got the ball and pulled it back. Lacazette running in, first time finish into the near post. Keeper's got no chance. What a great finish. Great to see Lacazette back. Great to see Lacazette on the score sheet. What's great is today we only had 14 attempts on goal, 9 on target, 6 goals. I can't help but think if we'd have had Aubameyang and Lacazette fit for that first game of the season at Brentford, what could have happened? Because they are high quality finishers, high quality players, movement's great. They know how to link in with the team better. But you know what? That's the past. We're looking forward. Man City next. I'd like to just mention Ramsdale's performance. I thought it was very steady today. He had a few kind of wobbly bits at the beginning with the kick in. He got closed down a couple of times pretty quickly, but then from that point on, made that first save, and then his confidence grew. His feet, he looked very assured with the ball at his feet from that point on. Made some excellent saves, and did a really good job. I'm sure Leno's going to be sweating a little bit. Leno's still number 1, but Ramsdale's definitely put his best foot forward there. And we'll see what happens in the coming months. But I fully expect Ramsdale to continue to challenge Leno in training. And when he gets his chance, I'm sure he'll take it. I'd also like to mention Tavares. I thought he was very good today. He's been brought in as a backup left back, but you can see there's a lot of ability there. His passing wasn't great at the start of the game, but what I love about him is he's got this kind of youthful kind of ignorance where if he makes a mistake, he just kind of gets on with it. All right, I gave the ball away, I'm going to go and get it back. And then the next time he wants the ball again, he's going to keep making a run. He's going to keep threatening. He's going to keep, doing what he's got to do. Just seems to kind of let the mistakes wash off his back and just keeps playing. And I love that mental strength and that character to just, look, my bad, but look, let's go again. So that's been my review of the game today. If you've liked this video, please like, please share. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. You can also leave comments and get in touch with me on my social media. I am sensible_gunner on Twitter and on Instagram. So please come and find me. Thanks again for watching my video. And as always, come on, you Gunners.